Good evening. I'm Joseph Samuel Catalano III, presidential candidate 2028. And tonight, why my past does not disqualify me. This official briefing is meant to show the American people who I really am and what I am doing to better myself and why the truth about a man's life matters more than the image people try to paint of him. Perfect backgrounds do not guarantee great leadership, and difficult backgrounds do not erase leadership potential. My fellow Americans, people attack me for my past. They attack me because I am not a career politician. They attack me because I do not come wrapped in polish, privilege, and party approval. They attack me because I have lived through hardship, because I have known addictions, because I have had known failures, because I've had to rebuild my life the hard way. But let me say something clearly tonight. America has never been built only by polished men with perfect resumes. Some of the most powerful figures in America, presidential history, came from poverty. Some had very little education. Some came from hardships, and some were doubted. Some were mocked, some were dismissed, and still they rose. I'm going to do a presidential comparison. The lesson is simple. A difficult past does not disqualify a leader. What matters is honesty, judgment, courage, growth, and results. Presidents widely judged as failure. These names are commonly ranked among the weakest presidents in American history. James Buchanan failed to confront the secession crisis, did not stop the nation from sliding towards civil war, often ranked near the bottom of the presidential history. Andrew Johnson rose from the poverty and had almost no formal education, proof that education alone does not define leadership. But as president, he is widely judged a failure. Opposed civil rights protections during Reconstruction viewed, and one of the worst presidents in American history. Franklin Pierce, presidency deepened division between North and South, failed to calm a nation, heading towards collapse, commonly ranked near the bottom. Warren G. Harding administration became tied to a scandal and corruption, shows the polished political status does not guarantee clean leadership. Herbert Hoover, criticized for failing to respond effectively during the early Great Depression, another example that experience and establishment respect does not guarantee strong leadership. Presidents who have came from hardships, poverty, or little schooling proves the White House was not reserved only for the elite, the polished, the highly educated man. Abraham Lincoln, born into poverty, had very little formal education, self-taught, self-made, and rose through hardships, became one of the greatest presidents in American history. Andrew Johnson, born poor, had almost no schooling, learned basic educational skills later, reached the presidency despite humble beginnings. Important example that formal education is not the only path to national leadership. Harry Truman, not born into elite wealth, plain-spoken, direct, and seen as a regular man, did not fit the polished upper-class mold, still made major decisions that shaped history. Ulysses S. Grant came from the modest background, faced personal struggles and public criticism, still rose to become a war hero and president, shows that hardship does not erase leadership ability. Presidents with personal struggle, pain, or public doubt, because America has trusted imperfection men before. Ulysses S. Grant faced long-standing public criticism over alcohol, still became the Union's winner, general and later president. A reminder that personal struggle does not automatically cancel public service. Franklin Pierce lived through terrible personal tragedy, faced questions about drinking, and judgment shows how pain can shape leaderships from better or worse. Joseph Samuel Catalano III is not a career politician. I'm not built by party machines. I come from real life struggles, have been open about my addiction, my prison, my hardships, and come back built his voice through honesty and transparency, spoke as a working-class American, not a rehearsed machine, understands second chances because he lived them, understands broken system because he has seen them up close. Side-by-side comparison, grid category. Historical President Joseph Samuel Catalano, humble beginnings. Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Truman, Grant, yes, little or limited formal elite education. Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Truman, yes, not a polished established insider. Lincoln, Truman, Grant, yes, public doubt and criticism. Lincoln, Grant, Truman, yes. Personal hardship or painful life. Lincoln, Grant, Pierce, yes, proof that the rough beginnings do not block national leadership. Lincoln, Johnson, Truman, Grant, yes, transparency and life stories mattering to the public. Lincoln, Truman, Grant, yes. Career politicians, pedigree not required. Lincoln, Grant, Truman, yes. Point one, a perfect resume has never guaranteed a great president. Point two, a hard life has never automatically disqualified a man from becoming president. Point three, some of the most polished and connected men failed this country badly. Point four, some of the most memorable leaders rose from hardship, poverty, and little schooling, and public doubt. Point five, the American people should judge a candidate not only by where he started, but by what he builds, what he learns, and what he is prepared to do. What matters is what he's prepared to do right now. Section 7, clean attacks. Respond lines what they say, you're not educated enough. My response to that is, some presidents had little formal education and still changed history. What matters most is judgment, courage, and the ability to lead. When they say, you're a convict, here's my response to that. My past is not my platform. My comeback is America believes in redemption, responsibility, and second chances. When they tell me, you had addiction in your life, and my response to that is, that means I know what struggle looks like, what failure feels like, and what it takes to fight your way back with honesty and discipline. When they say you're not polished, my response to that is, this country has had polished men fail it. I'd rather be real, transparent, and accountable than fake and rehearsed. Section 8, a hard past does not disqualify a leader. What matters is what a man becomes. The presidency should not belong only to the polished. It should still be open to the proven. I am not asking America to ignore my past. I'm asking America to judge what I built from when I built from it. Experience alone does not make a president great. Character, judgment, and courage do. My name is Joseph Samuel Catalano III, and I am running for president of the United States because honesty and integrity can still win the White House by fixing the root of the problem. That concludes our news briefing. I thank you. May God bless America. May God bless all you. And have a great evening.